We often read and hear that the oil industry causes pollution. When does oil cause pollution?
Well, the oil industry has to find oil, drill for it, transport it, build tanks to store oil, and refine it. After that, we burn oil to give energy, or we use it to make other products. Pollution can happen at each stage of the process.
And is there a way we can reduce this pollution?
Yes, new technology is helping. Oil companies don't need to drill so many wells today. One well can now reach oil in a much bigger area.
Of course, most people remember accidents with oil tankers or burst pipelines that cause serious damage to the environment. The Exxon Valdez was one example. Does transportation cause the most pollution?
Actually, no, it doesn't. Of course, an accident with a ship or a leak from a pipeline can cause a lot of pollution to water and land, but now tankers have a double hull to make them safer.
Yes, that's important. So, the oil industry causes pollution of land and sea. And how does oil cause air pollution?
That's when we burn oil to give us energy. We use oil products as a fuel in our cars and aircraft. We also make electricity by burning gas. When we burn oil, we produce carbon dioxide. We now know that carbon dioxide is one gas that is making the world warmer. We call this global warming. Burning diesel and petrol in vehicles also produces particulates. These are very small particles of soot. They can cause health problems, things like asthma and other problems with breathing.
Air pollution is clearly a big problem. How can the oil industry reduce air pollution?
Mainly through technology. The oil industry makes fuels that produce less pollution. Also, car makers now make car engines that use less fuel and burn fuel more efficiently. And in industry, there's new technology to stop carbon dioxide and other gases going into the air.
Yes, I know that this subject's very important. Does oil cause any other kinds of pollution?
Yes, light pollution. At an oil refinery or a gas platform, you can sometimes see gas burning. This is flaring. It produces a strong light. People don't like it when this happens at night. And of course, oil and gas are used to generate electricity to light our towns and cities around the world, and this causes light pollution too.
Yes, indeed. So, what will happen in the future?